Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel and the Saint Story for Kids. Back with me again, Joseph, your host. In this episode, we are going to meet a popular saint from Germany, and his name is Saint Godehard of Hildesheim. Saint Godehard of Hildesheim, also known as Saint Gotthard, was a Benedictine abbot and a transformative Bishop of Hildesheim. He is one of the most widely venerated German saints of the Middle Ages, famous for his monastic reforms, his dedication to education, for giving his name to the iconic Saint Gotthard Pass in the Swiss Alps. Gotthard was born in 960 near Niedereltake in the Diocese of Passau. Gotthard studied the humanities and theology at Niedereltake Abbey, where his father Ratmund was a vassal of the canons. While at the abbey, Gotthard became a canon under Abbot Erkenbert. Gotthard then continued his studies at the Archiepiscopal Court of Salzburg, where he served as an ecclesiastical administrator. After traveling through various countries, including Italy, Gotthard completed his advanced studies under the guidance of Liutfrid in the cathedral school at Passau. He then joined the canons at Niedereltake and was appointed provost. When Henry II of Bavaria decided to transform the chapter house of Niedereltake into a Benedictine monastery, Gotthard remained there as a novice, subsequently becoming a monk there in 990 under the abbot Erkenbert. In 993, Gotthard was ordained a priest, and later became prior and rector of the monastic school. Duke Henry was present at Gotthard's installation as abbot in 996. Gotthard was a dedicated reformer and introduced Cluniac reforms at Niedereltake. He helped revive the rule of Saint Benedict, and then trained abbots for the abbeys of Tegernsee, Bursfeld, and Kremsmünster to restore Benedictine observance under the patronage of Henry II, Holy Roman Emperor. He succeeded Bernward as Bishop of Hildesheim on the 2nd of December, 1022. Being consecrated by Aribo, Archbishop of Mainz, during the 15 years of his episcopal government, while earning the respect of the clergy, he was particularly interested in the education of the young clergy, and he started several schools. The cathedral school in Hildesheim became under him a center for learning. Gotthard ordered the construction of some 30 churches. He founded a monastery beside the chapel on the Zierenberg about 1025 and had a church built there which was dedicated to St. Maurice and consecrated in 1028. Despite his advanced age, he defended the rights of his diocese vigorously. After a brief sickness, he died on the 5th of May, 1038, at the Maritia Stift, the hospice for travelers which he had founded. Gotthard's successors in the episcopate of Hildesheim, Berthold and Bernhard I, pushed for his canonization. This was accomplished during the episcopate of Bernard in 1131, and it took place at a synod in Reims. There, Pope Innocent II, in the presence of Bernard and Norbert of Xanten, officially made Gotthard a saint. On the 4th of May 1132, Bernard translated Gotthard's relics from the abbatial church to the cathedral at Hildesheim. On the 5th of May, the first liturgical festivity in honor of Gotthard was celebrated. Miracles were attributed to the relics. The Gotthard Shrine is one of the oldest remaining relic shrines of the Middle Ages. Dating from about 1140, veneration of Gotthard spread to Scandinavia, Switzerland, and Eastern Europe. Gotthard was invoked against fever, dropsy, childhood sicknesses, hailstones, the pain of childbirth, and gout. Niedereltake Abbey made its famous abbot the patron saint of the abbey's well-known grammar school, the Saint Gotthard Gymnasium. Gotthard also became the patron saint of traveling merchants, and thus, many churches and chapels were dedicated to him in the Alps. According to an ancient Tichenese tradition, the little church in Saint Gotthard Pass, or Saint Gotthard in the Swiss Alps, was founded by Galdino, Archbishop of Milan. Goffredo da Bucero, however, attributes the founding of the church to Enrico da Satalla, Bishop of Milan from 1213 to 1230. The hospice was entrusted to the care of the Capuchin order in 1685 by Federico Visconti, and later passed under the control of a confraternity of Ticino. In art, he is often shown as a bishop holding a model of a church, representing his many constructions, or occasionally with a dragon at his feet. Unique traditions for Saint Godehard often revolve around his dual legacy as a monastic reformer and the patron saint of the perilous Saint Gotthard Pass. Here are a couple of traditions of the Saint Gotthard Pass. Firstly, pilgrim blessings, because of the dangerous nature of the Alpine pass bearing his name. A long-standing tradition in Switzerland involved dedicated chapels and hospices, originally run by Capuchin monks, where travelers receive blessings for a safe journey. Secondly, Sagra di San Gottardo. In various alpine regions, Sagra, or festivals, are held in his honor. These often involve community processions and the blessing of local infrastructure, reflecting his status as a protector against perils of the sea and dangerous mountain travel. There are also Hildesheim cathedral traditions, such as 1, veneration of the shrine on his feast day. Special liturgical celebrations are held at the Hildesheim Cathedral and the Basilica of Godehard. Pilgrims visit his relic shrine, which dates back to 1140 and is one of the oldest in the Middle Ages. 2. The Great Builder Remembrance. As he was known for building 30 churches, local traditions often highlight his role as an architect of the community. In art and during processions, he is uniquely carried as a figure holding a model of a church. Historically, rural communities in Germany would invoke Saint Godehard specifically against hailstones to protect their crops during the spring season when his feast day occurs. Saint Gotthard's life offers practical lessons on the power of order, discipline, and building a lasting legacy for the community. 1. The power of reform. Gotthard didn't just maintain things, he fixed them. He was sent to struggling monasteries to restore their spirit and discipline. He teaches us that sometimes a reset or a commitment to higher standards is necessary to find our way back to our original purpose. 2. Investing in the future. By building 30 churches and several schools, he showed that true leadership looks beyond the current generation. He teaches the importance of education and creating infrastructure, physical or spiritual, that helps others grow long after we are gone. 3. Dignity and hard work. Despite being an influential bishop and an advisor to emperors, he remained a monk at heart who valued manual labor and strict self-discipline. He reminds us that no matter how high we rise, we should never lose our common touch or our work ethic. 4. Hospitality to the stranger. By founding hospices and being the namesake of a dangerous mountain pass, Gotthard became a symbol of safety and hospitality. He teaches us to be a refuge for others, especially those who are on a difficult journey or feel lost. Saint Gotthard's life asks us, what am I building today that will benefit someone else tomorrow? He encourages us to be architects of good in our families, workplaces, and communities. Now, friends, let us end our session today with a simple prayer, inspired by the life of Saint Godehard of Hildesheim. Lord, through the intercession of Saint Gotthard, help me to be a builder in my own life, constructing a foundation of faith, kindness, and hard work. As I navigate the high passes and difficult paths of my day, grant me safe passage and a steady heart. Help me to be a source of hospitality and refuge for those I meet who are weary or lost. Guide my steps, that I may leave behind a legacy of peace for those who follow. Amen. Thank you, friends, for watching and joining me in the story of Saint Gotthard. I hope you can be inspired by him. If you enjoyed this video and story, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more faith-inspiring contents, reflections, and stories of our saints. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.